Well, good morning, traders. ECB maintains on the sidelines yesterday, and the FOMC minutes show that Fed is still not going to raise rates in 2019. Both messages from both meetings and minutes reiterate in previous language. So not much moves in currencies, and the initial bearishness in the euro was seen recovering on the back of poor US CPI inflation. What moved, though, was the Aussie, it was the Kiwi, and of course, the pound as a 6-month extension was agreed by EU leaders. Now, coupled with some good GDP and manufacturing UK data, pound had a good run yesterday. Now, what I do have on the charts for the day is Aussie Kiwi and also CAD Yen, as Loonie seems to be supported by oil prices, and my charts offer potential opportunities. Now, today is Thursday, the 11th of April, and I would keep a close eye on Europe's CPI, extra cautious on the German figures, of course, on Canada's housing data, housing price index, the US PPI, initial jobs claims, and of course, Clarida's and Wilkins' speeches in the evening. Now, I want to start with Aussie New Zealand, the daily chart. And in the long term, we're looking at, completing an ABC pattern over here, correction, which I'm still looking to complete a little bit higher, okay, around 1.065 or even higher. I am getting a bearish signal on both RSI and MACD, which may validate the last wave to the downside, but this is long term. So let's go a little bit lower on the 4-hour chart. I'm looking for a completion of the impulse wave up here to 1.068, which is the 161 extension of this first wave, or even a little bit higher, but I would doubt this. But here is what I will be looking for the correction to start kicking in, okay? I do get these signals which have helped me move all the way up here, and now I get on the RSI and MACD histogram and the lines, I do get signs that bearish could come in very soon. Down in the 1-hour chart, I'm looking at now, actually, we're trading just above this trend line, this previous resistance level, okay? And this gives me a good, justifies pretty much that bullish bias is likely to remain intact, okay? Now, if we see a break below this, expect that level to hold prices, okay? If prices break below that level, we're looking at a bit of more complex cycle, okay? We are getting some bearish signals over here on the MACD and RSI, but as I said, there could just be simply a move down to this level before we start moving higher. The thing is that the Bollinger Bands are flattening out, and they are showing us that we could have maybe an extended period of consolidation here before the move to the upside is complete. Okay, so pay attention on Aussie and Kiwi. Down on CAD Yen, 1-day chart, we have been looking at this pattern. The correction ended over here. Now we could be looking for prices to move in another impulse, bullish impulse. The only thing that keeps me a little bit cautious is the fact that although I see a upside signal on the MACD, on the RSI, I'm seeing a bearish hidden divergence. So we might see prices moving a little bit lower before we do the upside move. Okay, now on the 4-hour chart, what we see here is the first wave, and the correction have already finished over here. Okay, and now we're looking at the second wave to the upside. Okay, now in minor impulse, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're heading for the 5th wave, where we could be looking bears to start sending prices down for a correction. Okay, now I'm looking at this level around 85, which is also the second extension, or it could be anywhere between 84.3 and 85, which is a big range, of course, but obviously further signs are going to help us identify whether we're going to have an extended wave 5 or not, okay? The RSI and the MACD both support the upside move from down here. Prices could go down to 83. I wouldn't be surprised, and if I'm not mistaken, as I looked at the 1 hour chart, that was still a case, yes. So we do receive a bullish hidden divergence here on the MACD. We are on, as we said, on the 4 wave down, okay, and we are moving right. This is a double wave to the downside. Is this going to be a triple cycle down here? Well, it's very possible because the prices and the Bollinger Bands are actually still moving lower, and the top Bollinger as well as the bottom Bollinger both have a northern bias. Okay, so prices could come in here, start consolidated and move higher, or we could see this level actually acting as a support, because it's, to be honest, it's just a previous resistance as well, okay, and we just had a false break here with a double top. We could see either prices just like going straight up or not, but we're looking at this level to break first and give us further signs. Okay, so pay attention on Aussie, Kiwi, as well as CAD, Yen, and of course, thank you for being with us for another day. If you like our videos, please hit the like button and share button. And don't forget to visit our blog. It's where we'll cover the latest news. We'll publish trading ideas and also, of course, provide all the necessary tools a trader needs serving you responsibly.